Hi, my name is Matthew and welcome to FabLab Fundamentals. Today I'll be showing you how to remove your heat thermistor on the Prusa XL and replace it with a new one in case you get an error indicating that your heat thermistor is not working properly. So the first step is you want to make sure that you 3D print this piece. It is called a PG adapter. You can find it on printables or an STL file on their website under the manuals for the Prusa XL. The second step is you're going to want to make sure that your printer looks like this. There's no more filament, you've ejected it all. And you can double check by looking at each of the tubing and you can see there's no filament inside. From here, we can go behind the printer and then we're going to turn it off, and you can see it's off via the circle being pressed and the power cable is unplugged. So now the next step is we're going to take out the plastic tubing. We're taking it out of the toolhead 3 because toolhead 3 was giving us the error. So to do that is we're going to push on the back side. There's some words that you can kind of see etched in. So you're going to press those words and then you can just pull the tube out. The next step is you want to grab like an empty cardboard box and you're just going to put it on top of the build plate. As long as it covers like a majority, it should be fine. And this is done so if any pieces fall onto the build plate, it'll fall onto the box instead and it'll prevent any dents. From here, you're also going to grab a star screwdriver and then you're going to remove these two screws. You're just going to turn it counterclockwise. And we're just going to screw it all the way off. And then we're going to unscrew the bottom one. You can also move the rail out of the way. And then just enough so that you can slide out the back piece. The next step is you're going to want to grab your tool head by this top area. You can grab the stepper motor and you're just going to gently pull it to the left in this direction because it's on with magnets. Then you can just grab it. Careful of any of the cables. And then we're gonna set it down. With the tool head, we're going to pull back this 3D printed piece. And then we're going to press on this lever. We should be able to pull out the cable. Like that. And then we're gonna grab our 6-sided screwdriver, and then you can walk over here where there's more room, and we're going to unscrew this bolt. We're going to flip the tool head around and unscrew these two bolts. And it might be a little tight. We're just gonna pull it out, and then we're gonna pinch on this tab to disconnect. And here, we're gonna turn the tool head around back to this side, and then we're going to unscrew the screw. And you only need to loosen it. You don't have to remove it completely. Should open. Here. We are going to remove this screw. And unplug the heatsink fan. Oops, sorry. And then we'll grab some side cutters. And please be very careful to cut the zip tie. You can place your fan on the side. Here, we're going to push the swivel up. And pull the idle lever downward to release tension on the gearbox. Now we're going to fully loosen the 3 M3 screws on the printed gearbox cover. You should be able to slide it up. Make sure you do not lose this spacer, and we're just going to put it on top of this rod. From here, we're going to swivel the hot end around, and we're going to unplug the hot end thermistor cable, this black one. Make sure you're pressing the safety lever. And we're going to unplug the hot end heater cable. From here, we're just going to unscrew the screw. And please do not remove the screw completely. And you should be able to just pull the hot end out. From here, we're going to swivel around our hot end. And then we're going to unplug every single cable. And then we're just gonna completely take off the heatsink and set it on the side. From here, we're gonna take out these two screws. Now we are going to take out the old thermistor sensor, which is this wire. So we're just going to grab another 6-sided hex screwdriver, and then we're just going to loosen it. And you do not have to remove it completely. Just going to take it out, and then we're going to grab our new one. We're going to put it back in the same area. You want to make sure it's not sticking out, so it's just flushed. And then we're going to tighten it. And now we installed our new working thermistor sensor. So now we're going to put everything back together. We're going to grab our extruder nozzle. We're going to put it back in the hole. And we're going to tighten it. Now that we've installed our new thermistor, we're going to begin reassembling everything. So we're going to make sure that our black cable is in this position. It's in between these two bolts. And now we're just going to lay our heatsink on top, just like this. Oops, sorry, it's the opposite direction. You want to make sure your cables are facing downwards. Snap the holes, grab your screws. Then tighten it. Then we're gonna grab our stepper motor, and we're gonna put it on top in this orientation. And then we're going to plug in all the cables. So the first cable is the black, red, and white one. So that's going to go in the top left spot. And then we're going to plug in the yellow, black, and red cable. And then we're going to plug in the gray cable. And then we're going to plug in the thermistor sensor. So the thermistor sensor is the one that does not say 0.4. So this is the hot end sensor. So that means that this is the thermistor sensor, since it does not say 0.4. So we're going to plug that one in the back. And then we're going to plug in our black cable. And then we're going to plug in our hot end sensor. And then we're going to plug in our other black cable. From here, you're going to grab your gearbox and you're just going to put it on these 3 screws with these 3 screw holes. Like that. Then you're just going to screw it in. After putting in these 3 screws, you're just going to close this latch and you're going to put this on top until it snaps, just like that. From here, you're going to grab your fan and you're just going to place it on top of the heat sink, and then you're going to grab your screw and you're going to put in this top left hole. Make sure it's aligned, and you're going to screw it in. From here, you're going to grab your fan cable and you're just going to put it into the last remaining slot. And then you're just going to close your cover. Make sure all your cables are inside. Close your cover. And then you're going to grab your screw and you're going to tighten this screw. From here, you're going to grab the tool head and the tool head changer and you're going to clip this in. And then you're just going to push it in, push the cable in. Just like that. And then you're just going to grab your screw. It should look like this. There's no threads on this portion of the screw. And you're just going to put it in this hole. And you're just going to screw it in with your hand a little bit, and then you can use the tool to screw it in the rest of the way. And finally, you're going to grab these small screws and you're going to put it in these holes. So we have one there, and one there. I'll just use a star-shaped screwdriver. So now that we have our assembled tool head, we're just going to walk over to our 3D printer. And we're just going to put these rods inside these white holes, and it should magnetically connect. Just like that. Now we're going to put our black cable in. So we're just going to plug it in with the lever pointing to the left. And then to make sure it goes in, you can push the 3D printed part piece until it clicks like that. And it should connect. And then we're going to grab our hex screwdriver. And then we're just going to insert through the hole. And we're going to pull up. And we're going to tighten these screws just till it's snug. And then we're going to insert our tubing. Just like that. And then we can take out our cardboard protective box. And that is how you change out the old thermistor on your Prusa XL and replace it with your new one. Thank you.